ladies and gentlemen, to Pick and Pop. This is episode 9. I am back. I apologize, but we are here. We're here to discuss. We're here to close out the season. I'm here with my boy, Andy. Andy, say what's up to the people, bro, my boy.
Was good.
That was dry as fuck. How was your weekend so far?
To be honest, it's the first weekend that I've had in a while where I get to like actually relax. So
Okay, I like it.
I was supposed to be at a family event with my girl, but if I'm being completely honest, I know she's not gonna watch this. I did not. So I wanted to stay my ass here and record this, and then after I walk these damn dogs, I'm gonna just lay down and enjoy. I ain't doing nothing for Father's Day, so shout out to all the fathers out there. If there's any dads watching our podcast, shout out to y'all.
Yep. Shout out to my dad still getting the milk. Proud of you.
Motherfuckers been getting the milk for a while.
24 years, man. It's crazy. Anyway. That's a great way to start an episode, man. Let's fucking get it popping. So, listen, if I seem a little slow right now or a little stupid, I'm sorry. I'm still recovering from last night. Got fucked up. I don't even remember how I got home. I think my boy drove my car home. I really don't know. But I apologize if I start fucking up. But with that being said, the Denver Nuggets, they got the job done. Jokic said, I want to go home. Guess what? He didn't go home. And guess what? I think that motherfucker is still here or in Serbia now.
No. He's back. He's back.
He's in Serbia.
He was at horse racing this morning.
Yeah. Bro, like my boy was like watching his horse. He looks more happy with the horses, to be completely honest with you. But it's the horses. But at the parade, first of all, Mike Malone likes taking shots at the Lakers. OD, bro. That's what I've seen this whole postseason. They call him the Lakers daddy and shit. That's funny as shit. The fact that Jokic is like, yeah, I want parade, like that's funny as shit. I don't know if y'all saw. Bruce Brown was like, yo, he basically said, yo, fuck Nikola Jokic because I'm fucked up. Yo, like, listen, I'm a 6'2" motherfucker. I can drink heavy, right? I can drink. I'm like 200 plus pounds, but we're talking about a 7-footer that can fucking drink.
Yeah.
Bruce Brown is way taller than me, I believe, by like what 4 or 5 inches, maybe. Who fucking knows? He couldn't keep up. Jokic is crazy, but
the Aaron Gordon interview was the one that had me fucking crying. He's
like,
is it catching up to you, the championship? He's like the catching up to these damn Modelos.
Modelos is catching up to my boy, yo.
I love that.
Nah, yeah. Congratulations to Denver. They really deserved it. They were clearly the best team in the NBA since like way before April started. Like they had secured the number 1 seed for a minute. They were chilling. Yes. They deserved it. They played very well. You know, good shout out to Miami. They really tried. They stole one. Like they got one from them. You know, something the Lakers couldn't do. But yeah, man, what you think about this Denver one? This Denver chip, their first chip.
We talked about Denver a lot last episode, but I am very happy for Jokic because you know he gets his first, and we talked about a few episodes ago where that puts him, which we're gonna get into a little later with the center rankings. But really happy for Jamal Murray. He went through a lot. Bruce Brown, obviously, he was in Brooklyn for that turbulent couple of seasons and gets traded, wins a championship. Guys like
Thomas Bryant
got traded, won a championship. Aaron Gordon, you know, rough years in Orlando and basically a rebuilding team since the beginning of his career, won a championship. You know, Michael Porter Jr. with all his back surgeries coming out of high school and college and everything. And DeAndre Jordan getting a chip. Like, there's a lot of
he's the first
there's a lot of people that finally got their chips.
He's the first one to get a chip between his old squad, the Lob City squad.
Shout out to Denver. Yeah, they deserve it 100%.
Nah, yeah, man.
There's not really much to say. So we did kind of expand a lot on Denver, and we gave them the credit before they even won. So if you guys want to go watch that, we'll leave a link for the last episode in the description. Just kind of talking about key points to what they had to do to close them out. We basically said everything that they ended up doing. So, you know, there's not much to say. There's not much to harp on for Denver. I know we can go into it a lot. We're going to talk a lot about Jokic later because really he's that most important piece. We know what everybody contributed, but with the new kind of CBA rules and everything, these teams are going to start looking a lot different in these next couple of months. So let's jump into Damian Lillard. He has been the number one storyline in the NBA since the finals. Besides LeBron waving that flag at that racing event in France, because obviously anything LeBron does is going to get put in a fucking spotlight. But Damian Lillard, he is basically the big fish right now. And whoever needs him is definitely inquiring. So we're going to get into what we think our predictions are to where Damian Lillard is going to go and what team kind of fits him the best. And what those teams would kind of have to give up, or you're bringing in a big contract. Damian Lillard is obviously still in his prime, just came off of averaging 30. So he's definitely somebody who can kind of change the balance if he goes to the right team. So I'm going to start with you. Where do you think Damian Lillard fits the best? Because it's clear that Portland wants to start their rebuild around Anthony Simons, Shaden Sharp, and hopefully Scoot Henderson. But if it's not Scoot, then they'll probably get a Miller. So what do you think?
An answer, bro. There's only one answer, and I'll actually be a fan. I'll support it 100%. Miami. I want him in Miami. Hell yeah. I like the idea of him in Miami. The thing is, I don't know how they do it. Like what pieces together they will put to get him and acquire him. But I think the best spot for him would be Miami. Miami clearly can get to wherever they need to get to. The thing is they're missing that extra punch. You get me? Dame, we already know he's a certified bucket. Shoot from anywhere. He could lay it on you. Pause. All that shit. But I like the idea of him in Miami. I don't think that he would end up in any Western team because usually what teams like to do when they're going to trade one of their star players is get them the fuck out the conference that they're in. So Laker fans, go cry.
Lakers, you are not getting Damian.
Not getting him, bro. No, yeah, stop. Like, stop dreaming, bro. Like, stop dreaming about Kyrie, all that shit. Like, y'all need to stop. Like, focus on what you got, because y'all got good pieces. But, Dame to Miami, that's my solid pick, and that's my only pick, because I don't want to see him anywhere else but in a Miami jersey.
I think Miami would be really dope, because we can't continue saying that Miami is not one of these contending teams, bro. They've been in 2 of the past 4 finals. You know, they've made runs. They were a shot away from being in the finals against Golden State
last season.
So like we got to stop this whole notion. I don't give a fuck who's on that roster. They're coached well. They play hard. They're the most conditioned team in the NBA, and they're going to be a problem. So the people who try to discredit them, I'm guilty of it. We're guilty of it. We didn't talk about them as heavy as we should have. We were focused on teams like Boston and the Bucks, and the Miami punched everybody in the face. But you know, we can't continue to ignore what they do. For me, I'm going the bias route. 100% bias. 1,000,000,000% bias. Because you already said Miami, and that's like the logical answer. But I'm going to say Brooklyn. And here's why I say Brooklyn. A, you finally become Dame Lillard in a big market. You're in New York. Okay. We need a star because of what just happened with these 2 motherfuckers that went west. You get to play with Mikal Bridges, who is a top 3, maybe top 5 two-way player in the NBA when it comes to wings and, you know, smalls. I'm not talking about bigs, I'm talking about smalls. Mikal Bridges, lockdown on defense. And even though people are calling it a fluke, he was averaging like 30 for like it was crazy.
Dropping consistently 45 point
he's
games
a bucket.
was crazy.
Can he be the best player on your team? No. Can he be the second best player on your team? Maybe, but maybe not. Can he be the 3rd best player on a championship team? Absolutely. So
I'll pick him over Kuzma.
Yeah, of course. What?
No, not Dame. I'm talking about Mikal. That's like a
What?
third option. Pick him over Kuzma any day.
That's yeah. That's not even a debate. What Kuzma? Who? But yeah. So Dame, you get to play with Mikal Bridges. Got a lot of young talent on that roster. So as you guys kind of come into your own, start doing your picking, we're gonna be consistently competitive. We can't make a championship run next year, even with Dame, depending on who you put around them. But a big three of Damian Lillard, Nicholas Claxton as your big man, and Mikal Bridges. You work these contracts around because Mikal Bridges has 3 years on a cheap contract. I know we love Cam Johnson. I know we love Dorian Finney-Smith. I know Spencer Dinwiddie's gone. We're done with Spencer Dinwiddie. We got Cam Thomas on the bench, who, if you give him 40 minutes per game, he averages 40 points per game. It's fucking ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pieces on this roster. With Damian Lillard, obviously he's not a free agent, so you'd have to get him through trade. But we have so many picks, it's disgusting. So we wouldn't even have to, if we want to go all in and just mortgage the future to get Damian Lillard, you can. But you can also get Damian Lillard and package guys like Cam Johnson, who are basically owed $20 million per year, and guys like a Dorian Finney-Smith who has a lot of value, a young guy like Cam Thomas and a couple of picks, and go get another guy. That's the big thing. You got guys like, we both love Jeremy Grant. He's going to be available. I know Harden's out to Houston, but with Philly, there could be some pieces like moving. Maybe they're thinking about bringing somebody else in, so you want to offload a guy like Tobias Harris, even though he played very well for them. Karl Anthony Towns wants to get the fuck out of Minnesota. I know it's a little expensive, but if you build a big old team over there in Brooklyn and you still have the depth with all the young pieces, that can happen. It's just going to get a little expensive once the contracts are up. Or you ride it out with Dame first season and you build kind of like the nest. Next season, when the real big fish come out, the real free agents are next year, that's when it's going to get real crazy. If you have enough money, because Mikal's still on a discount, Nicholas Claxton's still on his rookie deal, Damian Lillard, you're not going to re-sign him for $60 million per year. You're just not. Go get Jaylen Brown. Go get Jay Brown. And you just continue this Nets culture, and they're just going to offload it on Kyrie. Kyrie's just weird, bro. He was just weird. You can work here. You got this. So, yes, I'm going to be biased. And I think Damian Lillard fits because it's New York. You're the number one option. You're going to have Barclays jumping because Dame's going to bring in eyes to Barclays. We're going to go to games if Dame is in fucking Brooklyn. Dame in Miami or Brooklyn. Dame in a black jersey? Fire. So, yeah, I'm gonna go Brooklyn because that's the only place that makes sense. You can't go to a place like Boston because you're gonna offload like a lot of your debt, and you got to give up one of the two. You got to give up Jalen or you got to give up Jason, and they're not giving up Jason, so you're gonna get fucking Jalen. Damian Lillard, Jason Tatum, depending on what it looks like, can they make a run? Yeah, sure, absolutely, they can make a fucking run. I've heard like Dame to the Sixers. Dame in the West doesn't make sense anywhere. And then Damian Lillard on the Bucks for like Chris Middleton and a whole bunch of shit. You'd have to lose guys like Brook Lopez. You can't pay Brook Lopez. He's a free agent. So none of these places make sense. Miami makes a lot of sense. I will give him that. Even if I'm being biased, Miami does make a lot of sense. So I definitely agree with you. But I'm going to say Miami and Brooklyn are the two places that Damian Lillard should be looking. And I mean, those are the two places that he said he wanted to go to anyway.
Yeah.
They're the only two places that make sense, and he wants to go there anyway because Mikal's his guy and Bam's his guy. If Bam's not happy, Bam. Come to Brooklyn, bro. Come to Brooklyn. You and Nicholas Claxton? Best front court in the NBA. That's it. Come on, bro. Come
on. These Brooklyn fans, man, I'll tell you. Brooklyn fans. Okay, I like it. I like what you said. It does make sense for Brooklyn as well. I'll agree with you there. That he gets to be the big guy there, but
100%.
But if he wants to get the job done, go to Miami.
If you want to get the job done, then yeah, just a full send it on Miami. But you got to get good depth.
Yeah. I like it. like
If Miami manages to land like Damian Lillard and Jeremy Grant, they're probably the East favorites to come out,
bro.
which they can afford.
Listen, first of all, the craziest part about Miami is like they can get it done with whatever pieces, because for them it's really all about the next man up.
Yeah, because you can't
Mhm.
bullshit around Pat Riley.
No, yeah, like
That's the
it's really
problem.
about the next man up, and like you could tell, like if they had certain pieces, I don't think they would have beat Denver that easy. I mean, I don't think they would have beat Denver, regardless if they still had like Tyler Hero and their healthy guys, but still, like
No,
with Dame, that makes a difference, bro.
100%.
Because now, like you pick and roll, Jokic.
He needs a team that can defend
Mhm.
around him, and Miami's perfect for that.
Mhm.
Because
Okay,
Dame's
there's
not
some
much of a
dogs.
defender.
There's some dogs over there though. Yeah, I want him in Miami. I'd be a fan. I'd I'd,
Kaboom.
I'd be a fan. Yeah, I'd be a fan at
My,
that point.
but
Since we're talking about Dame Lillard and where he could possibly go, there's somebody else that's in a similar situation.
that man's been locked up
He's been in jail.
for like 9 years.
He's been like in jail in the Capitol for like most of his whole career. His whole career, he's been locked up in the Capitol, bro.
That man hasn't smelled the
Free,
fucking playoffs.
free, free Bradley Beal, and he's
Free him.
gonna say,
No,
"Ah,
no,
this
no,
guy's-
no, no, no,
you
no,
don't want Bradley Beal."
no, no, no. I
I
actually do
think
not want Bradley
so.
Beal. No, I don't.
Where would he fit the best?
Where would Bradley fit the best?
Mm-hmm. Where
I
would
don't
we
want to
put him?
say it. I don't want to say it because I'm tired of these motherfuckers.
Me too, because I know exactly what you're thinking too.
Oh, I'm sick of them.
You
I'm
could
so
say,
sick of these fucks. But Golden State, bro.
oh, that's not what I was thinking.
Oh, it's Golden State. Oh, and it only makes sense. They want to get rid of Kuminga.
Get rid of him.
Klay Thompson can't be your starting shooting guard anymore. Draymond Green's obviously a very important piece. They are not looking. If they had to pick between the three, they're keeping Steph Curry and Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get Bradley Beal, he works perfectly with the system, with Steve Kerr's system.
Mm-hmm.
You give basically another good shoot. No, Bradley Beal's damn near a great shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But he's more.
Crafty.
He's got more of a bag than Klay. So you're just making Klay a little younger without the injuries. And just giving him a little bit more of a bag because Klay can't attack the basket like Bradley can. He does not have the handle that Bradley Beal has. He's not shifty like Bradley, and that would just again Golden State. You just got to keep plugging and playing these shooters and guys who have a good handle
Mm-hmm.
and smart basketball players. Bradley's not much of a defender, but he's an underrated defender, I would say. So for me, Golden State makes the most sense. If you're keeping the team as it is, you go get a big whatever. I know Dwight Howard's going to be a big commodity now that Denver won the championship. You know, their teams are going to want guys like Dwight Howard, veteran guys, but also just bigger bodies because you need something to match Jokic. So I'm going to say Golden State for Bradley Beal. That's really where it makes the most sense. I don't want him in Brooklyn because Mikal Bridges and Bradley Beal aren't going to do nothing for me, bro. Like, there's just nothing there. If Bradley Beal was my second option to Damian Lillard, cool. Yeah, that's sick, but that's unrealistic with the way that the CBA is going to be. So, Bradley Beal to Golden State, I think is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also heard Bradley Beal to
Yes.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I was about to get into
So, listen, if Kevin Durant gets Bradley Beal, we have to have a conversation. And the argument's been that, oh, it's because everybody wants to play with KD because I don't give a fuck about any of that. If Bradley Beal goes to Phoenix and he has Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant has had the most help in NBA history. Every single team he's been on, he's had help everywhere, and he can't get the job done without Steph Curry. Boom, I said it. Don't give a fuck. He better not get Bradley Beal. I don't even, but that's the thing, bro. Bradley Beal's not much of a defender, so what are you going to do? Just shoot people out of the gym, bro? You have to defend. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Golden State is going to be a little bit more inspiring to defend because of the way that they play. They're the highest IQ team, except for probably Denver because we just saw the way that they played. It's unbelievable. But for me, Golden State's probably the best fit for him with his skill set and what Golden State is lacking besides size, because they need big men, obviously.
Damn. I was gonna say Phoenix too. I mean, if Phoenix was to get him too, what's their bench looking like? like, it was already looking
G
a little
League
rough.
players. Who's running point?
D-Book.
You're gonna run a. Good luck. Good fucking luck with D-Book running point. You're gonna run a super small lineup of Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant as what your power forward. You need a point guard. No. But go ahead. Tell me why you think it. Tell me why you think it's Phoenix.
I don't think it's Phoenix, but I'm just saying. I could see the possibility of it happening, but overall, I know we discussed this a few episodes ago about how they should keep their team together, but I feel like if they have the opportunity, I think Lakers send it all on Beal. Just for something to happen, because we already know how Rob Pelinka likes to move. He likes to sell the house to get a good piece.
He's got a big contract though, bro.
Yes, it is. But I could see him possibly ending up in the Lakers. I don't want it, but I could see it happening. They definitely got to keep AR, and
impossible if you're getting Bradley Beal.
It's tough, man.
You might have just Reeves. You might just have them four and then G League players and like fucking Max Christie starting and shit.
What, you're gonna send Rui back? That's crazy.
You have to.
That's crazy sending Rui back.
Well, the thing that we're not mentioning too is that Bradley Beal has a no trade clause in his contract. So he can agree or disagree to his trade. He is the only superstar that has that in his contract, and it's the rarest thing to have in your contract right now because teams just don't like giving it out. So that makes it really tough, because if you're a team that gets Bradley Beal and then it's not working and you want to move from Bradley Beal, guess what? That trade extension is still in the contract, so you still can't move him in the same way that you want to. So whoever's grabbing Bradley Beal, this is a long-term project. And it's not only a long-term project, but it's a win now, and then we're going to lock you up for obviously the rest of the time. Once this deal's over, Bradley Beal's not seeing that kind of money ever again. This new CBA is going to kill a lot of these motherfuckers things. I know they're going to be getting paid more money, but the luxury tax is going to be limited. And then you're not going to see big threes. So Bradley Beal, it's a win now kind of like next year, the year after with Bradley Beal. That's it.
So whoever gets him, they got to win now. But like
they
I
gotta
said,
win now.
I could see the Lakers going for it and getting Beal. I don't see why they wouldn't. I see Rob Pelinka pulling the trigger on that shit, which pisses me off. But that's just the way he likes to move. But yeah, that's my take on the Bradley Beal situation.
So with Jokic winning his NBA championship, he has definitely leaped a lot of players in the all-time centers discussion, and also all-time players discussion. So as you guys know, I have now put Jokic kind of in my 14 to 16 range, where everybody's like this, separated by this. It's really, at that point, it's a pick'ems. Who do you like? So he is right neck and neck with guys like Giannis, Kevin Garnett, and Kevin Durant for me. But in terms of centers, where do you think Jokic now ranks as an all-time center now that he has his championships? We added this conversation a little bit ago, but it was more of like a hypothetical. Now that he has a Finals MVP and his championship, where does he rank now amongst these centers? So let me just rattle it off for you so we make it a little easier. You are taking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Nikola Jokic?
Kareem.
Are you taking Shaquille O'Neal or Nikola Jokic? Are you taking Hakeem Olajuwon or Nikola Jokic?
Hakeem.
Are you taking Bill Russell or Nikola Jokic?
Jokic. He's in my top 5.
So he's 4th. Damn. Okay. All right, so talk about that a little bit.
Hey man, listen. The proof is right there. All of it all that I need, all my reasoning and everything behind the reasoning why he should be there, it was already displayed this season. We just finished. It just happened. It just happened. He is an all-time great, maybe the best European player that we've seen, unless Luka does some shit like within this time. But bro, like we're talking about a center that's just very skilled, not athletic either. So that's something that like you like that's supposed to hold him back, but I think it makes him better because he plays the game different compared to everybody else. He takes his own, like he takes his time. He does, you can't rush him. You can't rush, like, oh, that's something I noticed about some of these European players. You can't really rush them to do shit. Like they take their time. They're gonna find what to do properly and shit. So Jokic doing that shit, amazing. The fact that he has this touch and this weird shot, like when you put him under pressure at the 3-point line and you have to pull that shit, he could do this shit. And the thing is, bro, listen, we've seen Steph Curry rainbows. Jokic rainbows are crazy because that shit's fucking there, bro. And on top of that, like he's one of the best passers in the league. One of the best passes that I think I've seen in a while.
Yes.
Like he's literally up there. And then on top of that, like you can't take anything away from his rebounds. He's like a 7-footer, bro. He's grabbing boards. I think he had a game where he was like what, like 35, 22 boards and like 10 assists or something like that. Like that's crazy, bro. Did he average a triple double during the whole playoffs, right? I think he did.
Not during the whole playoffs, but he
No, I mean, like,
led the whole postseason
yeah.
in points, rebounds, and assists.
He was number one in all three categories, bro. Like, how often do you see some shit like that? There's no argument there. Okay, listen, I like Bill Russell. You know, tough. The thing is, I got him at number 4. I got him at number 4 because I don't see how you could slow him down at this point in his career, and I don't see how he could slow down when he gets even older because he just has too much skill behind him. That's what.
So
like, when we had the argument about Joel Embiid and Jokic, I always said, "Hey, Jokic should play a lot longer because of the way he plays the game." And so unless you know something goes on with his legs or some shit like that,
nothing,
but
no
like,
injury, nothing's been going on with him.
Jokic is up there. I think he's gonna get at least 1 or 2 more chips.
So who do you got at number 5?
Bill.
Bill. Okay. Okay, so yeah, no, we're not going to disagree a lot on this. Obviously, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the 3rd greatest basketball player of all time. If LeBron James and Michael Jordan never existed, it would be Kareem, and he'd be number 1, and there wouldn't be a discussion about it. Obviously, I got Shaq number 2. A lot of people can make the argument that Shaq is the greatest ever, but I think it's more of like a what if he would have taken basketball as seriously. Greatest ever center, I should say. He definitely had the capabilities to be the best center ever, but he just didn't. He fell short. Hakeem Olajuwon, to me, is the greatest two-way player of all time. There's a lot of kind of shit with MJ that you go kind of deep into his defensive player of the year run and a lot of stuff. Hakeem Olajuwon should have won defensive player of the year that he won it. It's the same thing with the Marc Gasol defensive player of the year. Marc Gasol made 2nd team all defense, and he won defensive player of the year over LeBron James, which makes no fucking sense at all. Like that, how are you on the 2nd team? I'm on the 1st team, but you get it doesn't make sense. And he had the best defensive team around him. Tony Allen, Mike Conley, Zebo. Come on, bro. But anyways, yeah. Hakeem Olajuwon was a fucking problem. On offense, he was fucking unstoppable. The dream shake, the footwork, it's unbelievable. On defense, a fucking monster. And we value defense on this channel. When you're comparing eras, it's tough because you have to be respectful. And I understand that the competition in that time was not comparable to what Jokic is playing against now. Jokic is you mentioned it. Jokic is probably the greatest passing big man of all time already. And his career is not even close to being done. I've never seen a big man in my 15, 16 years of watching the NBA pass the way that Jokic does. It is pinpoint. It is right in your hands. Luka might have, in terms of Europeans, how you mentioned, Luka might have those flashy passes, Like that one cross court that he did when he was basically stuck in the corner. That shit was OD.
Shit he said.
But he cannot pass like Jokic does. Jokic can damn near run an offense by himself, which he basically does, but he has, the help of Jamal Murray, which we talked about last episode. To be fair to the 60s and the 70s, I'm going to put Bill Russell at number 4. Bill Russell, if we're comparing eras and we're trying to be as fair as humanly possible, because they had no control who they were playing against, but when you're comparing, you have to be fair to the competition. Today, Bill Russell's sitting on 11 championships. So let's say if we're averaging it out, every one of Jokic's championships is 4 of Bill's championships. You get me? So, or maybe we want to do 5. If Jokic wins 2, now the question is really heavy because...
Wait, you know what's funny as hell, bro? We're talking about inflation on championships.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, bro. There's been inflation.
Because
it is
if you
facts.
look at how the eras are going and shit, like, as time goes on, everybody's just going to get better.
Absolutely.
Look at Wemby coming into the league, bro.
That's the best way to explain it. It's inflation on championships. It just means more.
Inflation.
It means more. So if Jokic wins 2 more, we can have the discussion. If he wins, or if he wins 1 more, we can have the discussion. If he wins 3, he's better than Bill Russell. He is the 4th center all time. I have Jokic at number 5. He passes Will Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain got there too many times and lost too many times. A lot of Will Chamberlain's stats are out of this world, unbelievable, but he would not be having those same statistics if he was playing against the other guys that we mentioned. Jokic doesn't get bullied. He's a big boy. We talked about it. He's damn near pushing 300 pounds. He's a rebounding machine. You always see the scratches on his arms, the bruises on his back. He goes for these fucking rebounds.
He gets fucked up.
He gets fucked up, and he doesn't get the calls that he deserves. But that's what happens when you're that dominant. So right now, Jokic passed Will Chamberlain on the all-time list. Outside of the top 10, my 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So the next 5 for me are Bill Russell, right outside of the top 10, with Steph passing him. It's KD right behind Bill Russell, Kevin Garnett behind KD, Giannis behind Garnett, and then Jokic behind Giannis. This is going to be the war between them two, who finishes above the other, because if we're talking about this era, this is Giannis and Jokic's era. Okay? Giannis has the Defensive Player of the Year. He also has 2 MVPs. And he has a chip and a Finals MVP with the most dominant closed-out game I've ever seen in an NBA Finals. So I know there's a lot of like, oh, Jokic this, Jokic that. We love him. It's great. We're giving him his credit now. But Giannis is still that dude. Okay? As you can see, people have come at me saying like, oh, how do you put Giannis over KD, especially what's been happening? On my all-time list, he's under KD. But it's not as far, like, there's no giant gap. There it really isn't, bro. Accolades matter. Defensive Player of the Years matter. And, he's up there with Kevin Garnett and all that. So Jokic wins 1 more. Shit.
And so, like, really quick for everybody that has been watching from day one, trust me, you no longer have to hear Andy say, Denver's 1 piece away. 1 piece away. That's over. It's over, bro. They got it. They got it done.
Their 1 piece was just Jamal being fucking injured. That's all it was.
Bro, like he started saying this shit in the beginning of the show, the beginning of the season. He's like, yo,
they were literally 1 piece away.
Yeah, Jamal's ACL coming back. Like, bro, he's good.
It was Bruce Brown, bro. I knew it. I didn't know it, but I knew it. I knew they needed 1 piece, and it was Bruce Brown.
Nah, yeah, Bruce Brown is like a fucking Energizer bunny. Like,
shout out to Aaron Gordon, bro. That motherfucker. If there was like a sub MVP, it'd be Aaron Gordon.
Bro, he was as soon as you know what's crazy? As soon as I knew that it was gonna be Miami Denver, I wanted to put like Aaron Gordon over like 15 and put like 500 on it, over 15 points, because Aaron Gordon is just bullying
for the one game, or for like his average. Oh yeah, he would. I think he got it because he had that big 27-point game, and yeah,
should have done it.
So how do you feel about this list, right? So just real quick, I'm gonna run it to you, and then you give me your thoughts. We're only going to the 15th spot, which is Jokic at 15.
Mhm.
So I go LeBron, Jordan, Kareem, Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Larry, Tim Duncan, Hakeem, and Steph. That is my top 10.
Mhm.
And then we go Bill Russell, KD, KG, Giannis, and Jokic. Talk to me about that 11 to 15, because you and I don't remember, because that was a while ago that we talked
Mhm.
about this, where you put Steph after the championship.
I'll put him in the top 10.
Okay. Is he at your 10? Because he's at 10 for me.
Yeah, he's at 10. He like once he won that chip, bro. He got to 10.
I just can't put him over Hakeem and obviously everyone above him, but once you get in that territory, it's
So
really
Steph
hard
is
to
good where he's
go back.
at.
Yeah.
Where's KG in between who two?
KG, so I got Bill at 11, KD at 12, KG is 13. I still have Kevin Garnett over Giannis and Jokic because of what he did in his overall career.
Mhm.
Being the man in Minnesota, winning the MVP in Minnesota, being a defensive monster throughout his entire career, one of the scariest motherfuckers to ever play against.
Mhm.
If I was building a team right now,
Mhm.
and let's say we each got to pick out of the top 10, but then you got to pick out of that top 15, I might take Kevin Garnett because of his intangibles and how good he was.
Mhm.
I remember me and Lemaire were having a conversation about KG in Miami. We
I
sat
remember.
down, and it was like Kevin Garnett's not talked about enough. So I don't want people to think it's a wash with KG and Giannis, because those two are in their same category in power forwards. So KG's up there, bro. So
Listen,
it's tough
I
because
respect
everything,
it.
it's all like this. I feel like
I
in the
respect
11
it.
to 15
I respect it, but I think I'll put Giannis over KG.
over KG.
Yeah, and then just leave it there. I think the list is fine. I just think I'll switch those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like accolades wise, he probably already has KG.
Mm-hmm. He has 2 MVPs. He got the championship Finals MVP. He got I think 2 Defensive Player of the Years.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis has one.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I thought he won 2.
But then again,
He has one.
he only has them on championships because KG also has his Defensive Player of the Year in the 07 season.
Yeah.
So it's one chip, no Finals MVP, obviously, because the Finals MVP was Paul Pierce. But his Defensive Player of the Year, and his MVP. I mean, his career is over, and in terms of All Stars and shit, he has them. But it's close with those two. It's very close.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm good with just switching Giannis and KG. But like,
if Giannis gets another chip, he passes KG for sure.
no, for
For
me,
me,
for me,
absolutely.
he's already there. But,
Or even like another accolade, like one more MVP, and now we got to really have a conversation about Giannis, where he's at. So
yeah, I agree.
So do you agree with Jokic at 15? Like,
Yeah,
are you
I'm
still
okay. I'm okay with Jokic at 15.
is
I have him in
Giannis
there.
better than Jokic still all time? Because I have him 14th, Jokic 15th.
Fuck.
Stuff.
I might have to switch Giannis and Jokic. Nah, I'm keeping Giannis here because of the defense. I'll keep Giannis above Jokic because of defense. Because Giannis affects the other half of the game. He's very, like, we saw what he did in the finals, bro. Like he could have got dunked on and he blocked it. Like, there's no argument
He jumps
there.
at everything.
Jumps at everything, blocks. Like, Giannis is tough. I'll put him there. I'll keep him there.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
14, 15.
Yep.
But those two are gonna climb up.
Hell yeah.
They're gonna climb up for sure.
Unless KD's wins. Because then now KD, like I said, if KD wins one chip, he's probably passes Steph Curry for me. Into the top 10. And now he's in that race for top 2 small forward.
Yep. Yeah, man. It's close, bro. It's a very close list.
That portion of the list is way too close. Like, one person can do one thing and just leave everybody.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Bro, just Giannis gives us one crazy season. It's crazy.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He'll be probably 11 right behind Steph. It's gonna be hard to pass Steph unless you're.
Steph got 4.
Yeah,
Steph
I
got
don't
4.
know. I don't know.
I think Giannis could pass Steph.
I think the only untouchables on the top 5 are probably up to Shaq.
Mhm.
I think guys like Magic, Larry, Tim Duncan, Hakeem, and Steph can be overpassed depending on what happens with these guys' careers or what KD does, finishing up his career as well. So for our question of the day for today is, did Denver kill the era of the super teams and the big threes? Now, obviously, we did say the super teams is kind of also being killed by super teams and big threes are being killed by the new CBA and what they're going to try to do with the real NBA rules. But in terms of the way that the game is supposed to be played and with the continuity that they showed, do you think that they killed the era of having to stack the team with stars?
I wouldn't say that they like solely killed it. I would say that they've put the final nail in the coffin though. I think it mostly started with Giannis.
Yeah.
When he won his chip, that's when you started killing that like big 3 super team like ideology.
Yeah.
Like he was a part of that. Like you got to give Giannis his credit because he did do that shit by him, like not by himself, but he had Middleton to help him. But
Right.
Andrew Holiday, who also played amazing, but I think I wouldn't call that a super team.
Mm.
But and then you go look at this team, at this Denver team, and they're homegrown, bro. Like
Yeah.
maybe like added pieces like Aaron Gordon and Bruce Brown, but that doesn't make them a super team. You get me?
Right.
Like Aaron Gordon shifted his game to be more defensive for them, and just a body that you could throw at physical
Mhm.
players like LeBron, or you could put him on KD, like just to annoy like the other good forwards.
Mhm.
And then like this, I think the era of super teams and big threes is over after this championship, and I think Denver helped and assisted in finally killing it and ending it, and I'm happy about it because now I just want to see how competitive everything gets now.
Yeah.
Like I think the time where we were like almost fully away from super teams would be, unfortunately, like COVID fucked it up, but like that 2020 season was crazy because there was duos everywhere, bro. That
It was
duo era was crazy, and then James Harden fucked it up, but then they all got hurt, and
yeah.
we had a sad
Toenail away.
we had a sad Andy for the rest of that season.
Toenail away from winning a championship, basically, and it's crazy.
Yeah, but like I said, I think Denver put the final nail in the coffin. I think we're entering a new era of basketball, and I'm very excited for it because I want to see what happens now with all these rules.
Right.
Yep.
No, that's a good point with the with kind of Giannis started it. I would say that the 2020 Lakers were a powerhouse. They were a very, very good team.
Mhm.
But you had a lot of aging, like former stars, like a lot of older. Rondo's out, like retired.
Mhm.
Dwight's in Taiwan. So I understand these were very big names in the early 2000s and the beginning of the
Mhm.
2010s. But um, that was a duo
Mhm.
in LeBron and AD. That was probably AD's best season.
Mhm.
That's when you could have made an argument that AD was the best player in the world
Mhm.
in the playoffs. They won 64 games or whatever
Bro,
the fuck it
they were the
was.
number one seed in the West.
In yeah, and it was they were a powerhouse. But then you got the Bucks, then you got Golden State winning, which again
Also
yeah, it
homegrown.
was really Stephen Wiggins. It is what it was. There wasn't like star power. It was
Mhm.
all depth.
Mhm.
And the way that everybody was contributing. And now you have Denver, like you mentioned, you just need these guys who are going to do the dirty work, and your stars are going to be your stars. But I also agree. I think the era of the super teams is over. I think you know there you can put some blame on the Celtics who started it, and I know people want to say it's organically, it was made through trades, but Paul Pierce tells the story all the time. He looked at his owner playing against Minnesota and said, "If we get him, we're gonna win the championship." To KG, bro, I don't care how you do it. Dwayne, go watch the Dwayne Wade podcast with Shannon Sharp. The watch how he was talking about how they teamed up.
Mhm.
People want to just make it a caveat because it's Braun,
Mhm.
but the Celtics, they did that to play with each other. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, they played AAU together. They've always wanted to play with each other. Ray Allen, he wanted to win. Like that's all put together. Obviously, Miami, you're talking about something a little crazier in terms of got like 2 number 1 guys coming to another number 1 guy, but it's not like Miami was a fucking powerhouse. Kevin Durant ruined it, I would say. He probably took it to the extreme because when I got that notification on my phone in what was that, July of 2016? July 2016, yeah, because the 16-17 season. Everybody was like, what the fuck just happened?
Everybody knew who was going to be the champion. Like the
Golden
champion.
State got who? Like, I remember talking to my boys, like, bro, what? Is this allowed? Like, Chris Paul got vetoed to go play with Kobe. They were in the finals. They just won they won 73 games.
Mm-hmm.
They got the MVP. Why is the second best player in the world going to the best team in the NBA? Like that was to another level of ridiculousness. And then you have obviously the injuries, and Toronto snuck in. Kawhi got his.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it started slowly dying down. Brooklyn tried it again, like you mentioned, didn't work. So from now on, I think the recipe is 2 stars, a small and a big, how it used to be. Jamal Murray, dynamic guard. Obviously, you're not going to find, there's no Jokic's in the league. There's only Jokic. There's no other Jokic in the league. I'm sorry. Nobody's going to give you that size, offensive skill, shooting, touch, and passing ability. No. He's a unicorn. But if you have a Joel Embiid and a Damian Lillard, you can win a championship if you got the right pieces around them. If you have a Giannis and Damian Lillard, you can win a championship if their pieces are right.
Giannis already won a championship with Drew Holiday and Middleton. Like Giannis, like
no, of course, yeah. But again, it follows the blueprint. You got a third scorer and a point guard who isn't a high scorer, but he's a small who can run the offense. Drew Holiday just came off of an 8 assist season. So the blueprint's pretty. Denver's everybody tries to copy the champs. Like that always happens. Is Denver gonna inspire? Maybe.
Hopefully.
I don't want to see Kyrie Irving on the Lakers, bro. I don't want to see Bradley Beal on the Lakers. I want to see Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt on the Lakers. That's who I want to see on the Lakers.
Like I said it before, bro. If you got to get rid of one of them, I say get rid of Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt,
Keep
yeah.
the other two, they're more useful.
They're definitely more valuable.
Yeah.
Even though as much as we love defense, Jared Vanderbilt's a defensive ace, but he just doesn't give you anything on offense. And Rui Hachimura is a very good defender as well, and he gives you the production. But in terms of super teams and big threes, I think it's done. I don't think we're ever going to see that again because players are just too good in the league, bro. A team with 2 stars and everyone else that's damn near borderline, like not stars, but damn near just like the if you got 2 stars and the rest of the top role players in the game, you're going to win the championship. You don't need 3 guys because you destroy your roster. And then it's got to be the right 2 guys because Kyrie Irving and Luka can't win a championship. They just can't. I don't care who you put around them. They can't win a championship. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, we're seeing that duo gets there consistently. But what do they have to show for it? 1 finals appearance. They got obliterated in? Like, no, man. So I think it's pretty clear cut. Denver, like you said, put the nail in the coffin. And we're gonna start seeing a new era of basketball, which is exciting because I got tired of all the big threes. And I mean, no, when I had my big 3, I was happy, but that's just being a fucking fan. It's like, look, bro, I have the greatest offensive trio of all time, and then the basketball gods were like, no.
I had a big 3 too, bro. Melo just couldn't make a bucket. MPG just was a no-show in the playoffs.
Before we close out, we got to bring that up. I did promise that in the last episode.
Yes.
Carmelo Anthony. Love you, bro. Carmelo was an absolute inspiration. I love Melo. I used to go out to the basketball court as an NBA fan and just jab step my fucking heart out because of Carmelo Anthony. I still think he has the prettiest jump shot of all time, just the way that he kind of rises up like a fucking spear into his shit and just Like his legs are like this. It's just it's so dope. Like his jump shot was so clean. When I started watching basketball, that motherfucker was Denver Mello was a fucking problem. That shit was disgusting what he was doing to people. It was gross. Absolute legend, Hall of Famer. Couldn't ever, unfortunately, get that chip. Um, you know, I thought maybe the Lakers would have kept him and then he would have been at the end of the bench and came in spottingly, but it didn't work out. But yeah, there's not a lot much to say but praise for Carmelo Anthony because he's an absolute fucking legend. And he chose New York and the money over Miami in the championships, which is okay. Because who knows if they would have won two with Carmelo, D Wade, and LeBron. I know that sounds crazy to say I don't know if they would have won with those three. I know that sounds crazy, but Chris Bosh did a lot of stuff that Carmelo Anthony would not have done. So who knows? But we'll never know. But I don't think a chip defines Carmelo Anthony's career.
Also, not like besides Melo, one last thing to also add: this suspension.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that. But finish with Melo real quick.
Melo. Melo grew on me. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like I respect him. I wasn't really the biggest Melo fan when I was when Russ was in OKC with PG. I was really mad about it because I was just like, yo, just put him on the bench. And, but when he was on the bench, we did good. Like, so like I had a little bit of like, I wouldn't say hate. It's just I didn't like him because I was like, yo, he's fucking up my team. But then I saw then he fell out the league, and I actually felt bad. It's like, damn, he should be in.
And he came back. Portland run.
Had a Portland run, and then played with Russ again for LA with the Lakers. And they did the traditional like pass and shit. I thought it was tough, but nothing but respect for Melo. You can't really take anything away from him, bro. He was dominant for his position. He's a big body. He'll rebound like a monster.
Absolute monster.
Yeah. So like, and hey man, you gotta watch out for that jab step because to this day, you can scroll on TikTok if you have like NBA TikTok if you're on it. See people like talk about how people shoot, and they got Melo just jab stepping the whole time, and then like at the end of the video, he finally shoots.
The only man who can cross somebody up with jab steps. That shit's crazy.
It's crazy, but nothing but respect for Melo. So I gotta say.
John Morant, real quick. 25 game suspension. I thought he was gonna get more. Personally, I genuinely thought he was gonna get more than 25 games. I'm a fan. Obviously, he reminds me of my favorite player, but he deserved it. It is what it is. He deserved it because he had a conversation with Adam Silver, told him he wasn't going to be on that bullshit. He did it again, and Adam Silver felt disrespected. But at the same time, bro, this is a business, dog. And I don't want to come out here and sound like Kyrie Irving a few months ago when it comes to a certain group, but you can't talk shit or go behind those individuals' backs. I'm sorry. They run everything.
Yo, hold up. Breaking news. Mark just texted me. He said Bradley Beal to the Suns. Hold up.
You're fucking lying.
Hold the fuck up.
You're fucking lying. I have Woj shit on
too, bro. Washington Wizards are finalizing a trade to send Bradley Beal to the Suns. What the fuck?
Oh,
yo, what the fuck? Hold up, let's FaceTime Mark really quick.
Oh my fucking god.
What the fuck? What? That's what? No way, right? Bro, they're about to have generated players on the bench. They're gonna have 8. Yo, you are on the podcast right now, really quick. Announce the news that you just texted me for the people.
Bradley Beal to the Suns.
Bradley, bro. Bro,
I just tweeted yesterday.
We are in the middle of the podcast right now talking about this, right? And we're like, yo, like Bradley Beal. There's been discussions of him going to the Suns, and he's like, yo, we're gonna have to have a discussion if he goes to the Suns about KD and all the help he got. And then I get this text from you while we're still recording. Bro, what the fuck? Like, look at Andy's face, bro. Live, bro. Live. Breaking fucking
That's
news.
fucking crazy, bro. Fuck John Morant's suspension. I don't care about that.
It's Jamal Murray. It's the best duo in the league, literally. So you have to make super teams to beat that team, and I don't think
We were just talking about how Denver put the final nail in the coffin on super teams, and now KD goes back to like another one. Like, well, he didn't go back. Like, it's just like,
Another one.
It's
His
just another
fourth
one.
super team.
And he's yelling in my ear. He's saying this is KD's fourth super team.
at this point, KD loves getting carried.
Oh my god.
And also, Ayton is still on the Suns. Ayton
What?
Is still on the Suns.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Oh my god.
All they traded was Landry Shamet, Chris Paul, and a couple of second-round picks. And pick
they
swaps.
did
So,
trade
they
Chris
still have
Paul.
Ayton, which is crazy to me. It's
What
fucking
the
crazy.
fuck?
Look, I see the Warriors and the Lakers doing something.
Bro, I was just saying, I thought the Lakers were gonna like sell the house to get Beal.
Healthy in the West, I don't see an East team winning next year for the finals.
All right. So
All right, bro, hold on. I'm gonna have to cut it back. We gotta
let's
close out this
let's
episode.
close this out. Let's close this out,
All
bro.
right, bro. So yeah.
Just to close out.
What the fuck?
Kevin Durant, as his teammates, has had a prime Russell Westbrook, who when he left won the MVP. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, James Harden again. Now he had Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton. And now they basically said, nah, Chris, you're old. Let's go get Bradley fucking Beal. No. The most help in NBA history for the least amount of accomplishment. Never in my life do I want to hear him compared to some of these fucking greats. Give Kobe Bryant these teammates. Kobe be sitting on 10 chips. Don't even talk to me about what would have happened if LeBron had these fucking teams, bro. MJ. Oh my god. I'm speechless, bro. Just close it out, bro. I'm hot.
You know what?
I need the fan. I'm hot.
You
I'm
know
hot.
what? To close it out, and this is not how we usually close it out because we just talked about super teams dying.
Bro, what the
I just want
in
to
the
say,
middle of that segment, a
in the
super team
middle.
is created. What the fuck? We can't make this shit up, bro.
This happened live. Live. It's
What the
4:42 right
fuck?
now. It's happened live.
442 on the East Coast. That
the
is
Fuck.
crazy.
Yo, listen. Thank you so much for everybody watching this episode. We're ending on a fucking breaking news crazy note, okay? That's insane. You know what? Like, shout out to Bradley Beal for finally getting out of jail. Just good for him on that part. Super team wise, what the fuck? I'm shocked. Andy's about to have a fucking heart attack. I don't know. He might go bald after this. Who knows? Like his stress levels are all time high. Like, look, he's turning red.
What is this team gonna look like, bro? We can't even get into it, bro.
They're gonna
Just close it
have
out.
AI generated players on
Let's
the
fucking
bench,
close
bro.
it out. I can't do this.
Listen, thank you so much for
I can't do
watching.
this.
This has been Mauricio and Andy. Andy, you got any last words to say for the people?
Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Go check out the TikTok. Go follow us on Twitter and everything else in the description. I'm fucking done.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been Pick and Pop, a quality production where we don't talk bullshit,
Oh my god.
and we got some shit planned. So we'll see what happens. But thank you everybody.
See
so
y'all
much
for the
watching.
NBA draft this week. Last episode next weekend, coming out on Monday. Last episode of season 2. We're gonna be focusing on our shorts, IRL videos. and doing a lot of Q&A stuff and doing
Yep.
shit with our boys.
We're
Just fucking around.
So like moving forward, we're gonna probably do like after we finish this season, after the draft, we're gonna probably have like a few smaller videos here and there with some of our boys, maybe out in public, some shit like that. Who knows? But as soon as the NBA season comes back, we come back. Pick and Pop is back. Just get ready for a lot of new shit because we're working on something. So thank you so much for everybody watching. Once again, this has been Pick and Pop. Signing the fuck out for some crazy news.